Do you believe Isiah Thomas? Do you believe his explanation on the walkout of the Bulls after on the walkout against the Bulls?
For that answer, I would like to paraphrase and quote Michael Jordan's.
Are you paraphrasing because it was too strong?
I would paraphrase and quote it because of what has happened afterwards.
Oh, okay.
Because at the time, it was the passing of a torch, but it put into essence how physical, how emotionally invested these teams were during that time. Same with what Isiah said. The Celtics didn't shake their hands. The Lakers didn't shake their hands. Yes, Magic and Isiah shook hands with everyone else.
Actually, Isiah Thomas and Magic were much closer than that. They did they would kiss on the cheek and everything.
Yeah, that was the point. Like, aside from Isiah and Magic, everyone's like. So, I do get what Michael said, but I also have to agree with Isiah because that was how they were dealt with. That's how they were treated well.
So I guess psychologically speaking, it got retained.
Yeah, it's still because they owned this team for 3 years in a row. Then for you to just get swept.
Yeah, it's rough.
It still has that psyche that it's not you can't let it go, and at the same time you just can't accept that this team that you gave so much trouble with just did this to you.
Yep. Just get the brooms, go fishing, kind of thing.
That was what they did. I think. I think both of them have to sit down about this sometime soon. But I do agree with their points. I don't have.
I'm not sure Michael would be too eager though. But
I know about that. But I hope it eventually soon enough. Yeah. This is something they talk about because both of them have legitimate arguments to this.
Yeah.
Both
However,
of them have.
In my opinion, I think I just have to call Isiah Thomas a little bit naive on this. In this, I had a lot of thought because I had a pretty similar stand to you, and then I kind of shifted. It's because I rarely ever get anything useful from online trolls, but I saw something from some online trolls, and then I was like, wait, actually kind of makes sense. On a side note, if you agree with an online troll, does that make you anyway? That's for another day.
I get your point.
Yeah, but
no argument.
The thing I was thinking about was, I think the Lakers and Celtics didn't shake the Pistons' hands because they did shake the others' hands. Like when the Celtics beat the Sixers, you know, and the Lakers beat the Rockets, they shook their hands. But the Pistons are a different story. So I think Isiah was a little bit naive to think that, oh, this is just how it is. Instead of, I think it's because we're looked as such bad people. That's why they don't want to shake our hands. So I think it's more of that. I think it's Isiah Thomas being a little bit naive. It's not because they didn't want to shake their hands as an opponent. They didn't want to shake their hands as the bad boy Piston.
I think also to second on that, I think the reason MJ didn't say it directly is because I think Isiah changed his stance on it is because he knew that was part of the reason why he wasn't taking Dream Team. I think that is why he softened his stance eventually. It's because whenever you're an all-time great, you know you're great, but seeing your peers, hearing your peers speak highly of you would be the best thing the best thing you could hear of. And then when you look at that 92 team, when you look at that 11 pros on that team, you could make the argument and you could say, and he deserves so, he should have made it.
Yeah.
However,
and you know, no one would have minded if we got rid of Christian later. I'm just saying.
No, but the problem was this was the first year of implementing pros.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's why their decision during the 92 Olympics was to get one more amateur. And at the time, even if we based off the record books, Christian Laettner's time in Duke was
he was a beast. He was a beast in college. You can't take that away.
The sad thing was you had Chris Webber, Shaq, and Alonzo Mourning.
And when he changed his hair, when Christian Laettner changed his hair, it was bad. Yeah. It got bad.
But at the time, no one could get mad at the Laettner edition because he was just millennial term. He was godly in college. We could not take it away. But I think that's also the reason why. And that's why I paraphrased and would want to quote MJ on. I think he just didn't want to say it directly, but I think it's one of the points that he wanted to get across was that Isiah might have softened his stance because he wanted to receive the recognition that he should have been on the 92. And he should have been.
Yeah,
but,
should have been.
But, again, the factors coming into play with his at the time bad relationship with Magic, Larry, and MJ, arguably the three leaders of the team at the time, would make you think, how would all those egos get into play? Yes, Chuck Daly's the head coach, but this ain't the bad boy Pistons. You have arguably the 4 best players in the NBA at the time. How would you get them to all buy in?
Got it.
So
I got it. Makes a lot of sense.
I get your point with his naivety. So I have no problem with that. Naiveness. Right. Naiveness pala.
Okay. So I guess we slightly
we
have a common point on that.